Testing, testing. Okay. So always this silent bit in the music. That was weird. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at what I did since yesterday. I'll have to look at my list. I did a lot today. What did I? I did a couple of things. So yesterday I added thorn tiles, which I've since changed. They are now thorn bushes. Let me show you. And I was kind of in the middle of something, but I'll hopefully remember that. Let's turn down the sound. Yeah, as you can see, I've changed the UI a bit. I have added, but that's not working correctly, in the bottom right corner. It lists everything that's around you, but it shows 2 boulders, which is wrong. It shouldn't do that. I'll fix that. But yeah, with this, you get a good idea of what everything is. That's I just came up with this today as an alternative for a separate mode, which you press a button for. So this just shows you what's around you. And there are those brambles, thorn bushes, should actually be wavy. But they are just regular bushes that hurt when you hit them. So if I chop these, I'm also poisoned, so that's a bit confusing. Let me get rid of that poison. Well, that's going to kill me. Oh, it didn't. Okay. But that bramble will. Okay, I've got 2 health. I can hit it. I can hit 1 bramble, so if I hit it, I take a damage, but it goes away, just like a bush, which is just another obstacle for the player. They are placed randomly right now. So these regular bushes are randomly turned into brambles when the game starts. I also fixed the boulder pushing, so I can now push boulders onto any enemy in any configuration. I needed to update the garbage entity collection routines, and I can also push boulders onto traps and they get destroyed. So that's another plus for player agency. Yeah, these are the thorn bushes. I should maybe rename them thorns. Doesn't matter. Let's make them wavy and maybe even change their think I've XT checked out, yeah. So bramble. And let's give it the same sprite as the bush, but leave the color but make it wavy with the shader, wave in the wind. So that should do it. If I can survive this. Oh, that's heavy. Right now, I think I'm doing away with the messages. Those lines of text that were at the top of the screen. I've moved them down so they are now at the bottom, so that I can have the dialogue at the top, because it was just weird at the bottom. I might do away with the messages altogether, but I'm not sure about that. But right now they are probably, I think, only used for, yeah, picking up items. There's a message, picked up food. Yeah, not sure about that. Okay, let me look at the bramble bush. Yeah, this is a hut. That's another thing I did. But where are the brambles? I think it's 1 of 10 bushes get turned into brambles. So I think that's fine. If they look like this, or should they have a different sprite? Let's keep it like this. Let's keep it simple. Okay, then that's that. Add enemies that sleep at night. I left that in a incomplete state yesterday, I believe. Is that true? Has it only been 1 day? I think the problem was with the particles, but I since fixed that. Let me see. Search a fireplace. Without the slash. That was 1. Actually, I need another one. And yeah, also, these 2 travelers have a T character. They don't have an @ sign. And I've decided to use colors for the 4 letters that have multiple meanings. So I'm not sure how I'll handle it for colorblind people in the future, but right now it's really the best I can do to not go insane. So yeah, this one didn't sleep, but as you can see, these 3 are emitting little Z's, so that means they are asleep. Don't know what that one did there. And the thing right now is you can approach them in any direction and not wake them up. You can be in any tile around them except the cardinal tiles. So left, right, up, down. If you enter one of these tiles, they will wake up, but only that one entity will wake up. So if I step here, I get the message woke up, which I could replace with a 3-4 letter word that pops up, which might be better, because it's more immediate. And then well, that entity will hunt me, of course. But I can't sneak through here. But I can't get to the chest without waking this one. And that's right, okay. So, yeah, sleeping enemies are in there. Some sleep at nights, some don't. Then we added the secret doors in walls on stream yesterday. I did some UI improvement. And large amount of tweaks and fixes. Yeah, this is all that. What I'm showing you right now. So the inventory has a new damage indicator in the status. So you get your damage roll is shown there. And yeah, what else did I do here? I've played some more with the lighting, and I think it's basically where it needs to be. I want to try something in today. Oh, how do I can get past this guy? I want to try adding sunrise and sunset colors. And that would be super cool if I could get a golden hour, or maybe, oh, that's not sure if I can. For a golden hour you need the contrast of the shadows. Maybe I can do that. That would be awesome, and that sounds fun. Otherwise, I have lots of other stuff. And as the title suggests, I'm looking at adding a scoring system, and that is mainly so that the player has stuff to collect. So there's a reason to look into every nook and cranny, even if it's not a meaningful reason. It could be a fun one. So there will be relics. That's basically just little statues or something that the player can find that are placed by hand, and if you pick them up, you increase your score, and the score will be on the upper right. And at the end of the run, you can be proud of yourself or try harder. Yeah, but that's a missing piece. That's something that lures the player into the corners of the map, of the path, rather. And it's super easy to implement. I'm debating whether to give points for defeating enemies, or if it's really just collecting these relics. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah. And the other thing I've just remembered talking about secret stuff are these huts. So I've added a dozen or so of these. I've turned what were basically temple rooms that were long ago. They were houses. Then they turned into temples, and now they are little huts again. So they have a thatch roof that's collapsed, and if you enter, then yeah, you have the wood flooring and whatever spawned in there. Yeah, there are about a dozen of these, some very large, some tiny, and I think they complement the ruins really well. Yeah. Okay. What else? Yes, I've also been thinking about adding back keys. So I have keys, I have locks, but I don't use them anywhere. And I'm not sure where that would be a good idea. I mean, the obvious thing is I have locked chests and I could do away with the keys and have a lockpicking minigame, but that's kind of overdone at this point. So the problem is right now all the enemies are randomly spawned, and I'm actually not sure if I would like it otherwise, because that's making the runs that helps keeping the runs fresh. If I placed them all by hand, it would probably play better, but it would also be exhausted faster. So I'm still thinking about that, and that's one problem with the keys. If all the enemies are randomly placed, let's say I lock this hut, and there's some type of enemy in the area, a couple of entities of that type of enemy, but how do I, as a programmer, put the key in one of those entities' pockets? So that's weird. If I say, okay, keys drop randomly, then how does the player arrive at this hut? With 0 keys, with 1 key, or with 50 keys he doesn't know what to do with? That's of course all in the books. I could maybe make it so that if you have a key, then no other keys drop until you use it. That would be possible. That could work. Oh, and also I've I've tweaked the combat, not the combat itself, but the underlying numbers of the entities, and also enemies had a cooldown, so they would wait one turn after attacking you. I've taken that away, so they attack faster. Come on, am I really dying again? And I also increased the health regeneration so that you're back into action faster. I've given, not sure if that was on stream actually. I've given slower enemies more health and fast enemies less health, so that evens out kind of. And I've taken away the regions in the enemy spawns because all the monsters are now pretty... They don't have obvious association to a geographical region, if that makes sense. They are pretty homogeneous when it comes to that. So I have just one pool where the enemies are drawn from, and that gets dumped into the path. So any monster can appear anywhere, and my plan is to have tiers of monsters. What I have now, which is I think 12 monsters, is a tier 1 easy monsters. Second tier would be more fantastical stuff, maybe more aggressive sounding enemies that would then appear later in the path. And I also made it so that in the first third of the path there are fewer enemies than in the last third. So this it ramps up as well, so that you get kind of a calm start, which is nice. And I like just walking around. I don't like to... I mean, I actually like it more with less monsters. But I'm also not a hardcore gamer. But it's definitely just nice not being punched in the head the whole time. So I need to find the best balance, but I think I'm pretty close. And yeah, that's another change. What else did I do? Yeah, these kind of little things. So yesterday I said I'm going to do the situation pass of the world. Place situations for the player to encounter. What I actually did is I just sat here, played the game, and changed everything I thought needed changing. And that was needed. So yeah. So let me fix the bug in the UI with the 2 boulders. Wait, there's only 1 boulder now. Why doesn't it detect 2 of them? Oh yeah, so mist is of course a particle emitter. Shouldn't pop up here. I could swear I saw 2 bushes. before. Maybe because I hadn't... No, here it is. Or if it's on either side. Oh, on three sides. Yep. It's only with 3. Okay, now we look at the code. That is in... It's a display. Yeah, here. So render near. What it does is it creates an array of 9 entities, pointers to entities, which is, if you imagine the grid and the player in the middle, then every cell around it plus the center equals 9, and that's that. The first one is set to what's beneath the player, if it's there, otherwise it's null. And then it goes around each tile around the player, and oops, where am I? Yeah, it adds 1 because it doesn't know about the ground. And then it initializes the slot in the entity array, looks for an entity at that location. If there's none, then it continues. If the entity is not the correct type, then it continues, which fails, as we've seen, which is weird. And then for each one, it in each direction, for each cell, it looks what it already has in the array. So it looks at every entry up until this one, because this is the latest. And if it finds a duplicate object, then it doesn't place itself. And then it prints all the names on the screen, if they are there, of course. Yeah, but this doesn't work. So first thing is this. Let's look at the... Oh, come on. Missed. That's a emitter, and emitter is extra. So category extra. And that's obviously not here. I'm actually not sure why I'm dragging this +1 around. You just invert this 1 to 9 and then subtract 1 here. And because this is a direction to offset, world offset. That just takes an integer, gives you the direction. And I add that to the hero position and I get the location I want. And where I look at if there's an entity. How does that work? Markstone, rock, tree, another rock. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay, this time I have 3 bushes, but there's no... They are only counted once. But why is there still the mist showing up? Makes no sense. Struct. Item. So these are all types. NPC, prop, and item. What is the print? Oh, because I'm standing on top of it. Oh. That's because I'm standing on top of it. So do I just... Well, let's make this easy. Just duplicate this. Where's the eye? Okay. This is hero ground. Okay. I bet I can't find... Oh, there's a mist somewhere. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Why is it not showing the porch? If I stand on top of it. That's a portal and that's a prop. So it should just do that. This is wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it's wrong. Classic. Not changing the logic. That's an or. Let me turn this light around. It's driving me crazy. Oh god, that's better. Can you still see me? Kind of. Okay. Give me a porch. Wait, none here? there's one. Okay, that's good. All right. Let's check that in. Add show all JSON entities. Okay. Make start time. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do something fun. Let's try. Well, let's see if it's fun. Might not be. Let's try to add a golden hour to the daylight colors, and that's in the fragment shader. And I have this post-processing function, and this line right here is the tinting for the night. So this tints everything blue, and then I have this line in the desaturation function that desaturates the colors. That's also for the night. But what I want is basically, so right now it's, I have a day float. If that's 0, then that's night. Then you have 0.5, that's dawn, dusk. And then you have 1.0, and that's day. And this goes up and it goes down the whole time. It cycles. This is what this mix function does. It cycles between blue and white, depending on this variable. And the same happens here. It's get this a bit more complicated, but this is the day variable. This is the variable of desaturation, which gets looped between 0.2 and 0.4. So this is night, and this is day. This is all made negative. So less negative means more desaturated. More desaturated, less saturated. So 4 is more saturation, 0.4, and 0.2 is less saturation. But I want this probably to be not go to 1.0 on the on the interpolation, not all the way, but peak at 3/4 of the way or something, so that I get color at 0.5 for this sundown sunset color that I want. But let's first try it without that. But what I do need is I need to go from I need a 3-way lerp. I need to go from blue to, let's say, just red for simplicity, and then to white. How do I do that in the simplest way possible? Do I just... Okay, if I do the blue to red lerp, and then to lerp the result of that with white, that makes sense. And blue to red would be 0.0 to 0.5. And then that would be 0.5 to 1.0. Which means I just have to take the daytime times 2 for the lower half, and daytime minus 0.5 times 2 for the upper half. Does that work? Sounds too simple. Suspiciously simple. So the idea let's first set up the testing. So I need a daytime that's 50. So I can test this correctly. So the idea would then see, okay, I need a temporary variable, and that's mix blue red and then that's daytime times 2. I think I need to clamp this. So I want this only to happen below 0.5. So as the lerp time, if I multiply this by 2, then this becomes 1. But it will, of course, go over it as well. Oh, and then it needs to go... I think that's correct. If this is then... We're here at blue. And we're at red. I clamp it, so this linear interpolation will stop here at red. But the second one, this one, that uses red, will lerp on from red to white. And then here I need minus 0.5. So because we're here, if I minus 0.5 this becomes 0. And then I multiply it by 2, so it becomes 1. It goes up to 1. And I need to clamp this as well on the lower end. And because of the lower end. See what happens. It doesn't like my writing. What did it say? I don't want to clean. Comma, comma. Comma, comma. Oh, there's a missing semicolon. Unexpected. Okay, it's an 88. Oh yeah, makes sense. It cannot be assigned. Okay, work. Vector 3, vector 3. Oh, I made it this in vector 3. Okay, it's night. Let's walk. Oh, I see red. I see red. And I died, of course. Oh, this is nice. It's working. Oh, it's night. And now it's dawn again. And day. It's pretty good. I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. Of course, it's kind of doesn't not match the setting. Because, well, I imagine it overcast a lot of the time. But so maybe this should only happen. Well, actually, yeah, this is. I think right now there's only one day-night change in the whole run, so that's fine. If there were many, then this could become stale. Wondering if I should add a daytime indicator, but well, there's too little depending on the daytime right now for that to be important. So, could I interest you in a boulder? Not sure why that undead was so slow. I mean, they have the slow flag, but great. And yeah, so I've also been thinking about the length of the game. So the idea is that the path and the world that I'm working on right now. So the world is just 1/4 of the map, with the rest of the map, the terrain being there. It's there, the other 3/4, but they are not in any kind of shape to be released. So I'm thinking naturally that this quarter I'm working on is 1/4 of the path. So that and the cut that exists now, because it's a staggered release, enables me to make these 4/4 independent, kind of independent. So I could just, because I need a cut in this release, I need a end, and I can just use that as a stepping stone into the next region once I've finished that. So you reach the end of the path, something happens, control is taken away from you, and that can be just a black screen. And then you're teleported to the other region. Or I may put a dungeon in between or something. But I could theoretically, so if we're looking at this as a kind of a temperate, more northern geography, I could dump the player in the Bahamas, theoretically. What I mean, I could change the region drastically, like, for example, Diablo 2. So that's the one idea. That's the most natural. But the more fun one for the player in the end would be to have, and more fun for me as well, is to integrate the new regions into this one, so that at the very end, when the whole map is done, right now, if you look at this bright pink thing is the path that I've just randomly chosen with this seed. So it goes from all the way down here, all the way over there. It basically passes through the whole region that's about to be done. Well, about half. Let's say it's half. So if I stitch all the regions together, make them continuous, I can have a path that stretches from wherever it wants to wherever it wants. And this is, right now, it's 100 patches. Patches are just what you see on the screen. In the center, that's one patch. Just a little region. 100 of these, and if I have the whole map, that'll be 400. So it would be, I mean, maybe it's just a mind thing, but I think a cohesive world that doesn't maybe change drastically in its terrain, but of course still has many interesting locations, and there will be mountains and there will be marshes, etc. But you won't have this cut from mountains to island paradise. You won't be changing continents, basically, but just on the one continent. I think that sounds much better. The question is, how do I then end the path in this first? Well, I'd have to end it like I actually would end it. Because then, if this small path has the real ending, then I can just unlock little new regions. I could say, okay, at this little peninsula, to the play area. The path could go through there. But it's of course also it's probably much worse from a play perspective if you don't have these, from a player's perspective, if you don't have these clear cuts between the regions. So the regions would cut the whole game in 4 quarters, and you could measure your progress alongside that, which you cannot do if your path goes just anywhere. I'm not sure. I like the contiguous regions idea more. Even though, I mean, from a pure marketing standpoint, that's a bad decision. Because you can't say new volcano region update by now, but I'm not doing this for marketing. And I think I can figure out how to make this interesting how to make the progression interesting, even if the path is 4 times as long. Yeah, easily. I can add, let's say the whole map is filled in. That's 4 times what I have now. The path is, in theory, 400 patches long. I could just, in the future, decide, okay, at patch 200, you meet a teleport stone, as I have right now. That just teleports you to a dungeon that is either pre-made, like a dwarven village or something, or underground ruins, or it could drop you into any one of these that I already have, but that are basically vacant right now. And I could connect all of these and create a giant net of paths down here. So yeah, I think there are many more ideas like this that could make the game interesting. And what I also did today, I changed all the stone colors to be stone. I did that because the temples were indistinguishable from wood, because wood and dirt are already the same color. Having these temples also be the same color was a bad idea. But now they are all this gray color, for better or worse. And yeah, here's another hut. That I will furnish, of course, at one point with the table, chairs, letters to read. That's actually coming next week, I think, if everything goes all right. But I'm actually pretty happy already. So the end game is still towards the end of the path. It's still a bit yeah, there are a number of problems that I have still. One of the largest is that the dungeons are pretty useless. So I have these dungeons that are just, they are pretty tiny. And yeah, give you not much else than the huts on the overworld. So I have to come up with something here. They give you loot, that's fine, but nothing special. So I might want to make them more, make them harder somehow, in some shape or form. Yeah, let me look at my list. Okay, add gold as a scoring system. Yeah. Actually, let's make this these time of day the game starts. It's currently random, but I want it to be nice. But I don't want it to be night, I want it to be the time times 0.2 maybe. I want it to start at dawn, but I'm not sure. This should move upwards. Let's see. Is it becoming reddish? Maybe. Don't you dare. Oh god. I think it became lighter. Yeah. It's getting coming to sunrise, so that works. The other thing is adding score, adding the score system. Am I sure that that is a good idea? I mean, I think I said it before, that it should be easy to remove if it's not the right thing. But just imagine opening this and then finding something that gives you 500 score points. Is that good or is that bad? It might actually be too cheap a way to get people to care about looting everything. Oh, these guys also need text still. Well, the one of them does. The other guy is mute. Oh, bow +1. That's nice. Come on, come. Gotcha. Not quite sure. It sounded pretty awesome an hour ago when I thought of it, but yeah, I mean, scores are I've always thought about adding them because it's a fun way for people to compare what they've done in the game. But it also makes it arcadey, and I certainly don't like that. I mean, I like that it gives the dungeons more meaning, which is what I need, as I said earlier, just a minute ago. But maybe it's a too cheap of a way to do that. Wait, is it getting dark again, or is this still a sunrise? Because that might be too much red. Was that just because I was in the dungeon? Probably. I backtracking? Don't think so. Jesus. Hit me for 5. Yeah, let's just tough it out. Only have 1 potion. Guess that the way? Oh, come on. How do I... Oh, this actually worked. That's awesome. Just avoided the trap. The inevitable trap. Another one. These are randomly placed, but how does it get them to where they are? It's crazy. Okay, there's a hut. I mean, some of these might not be that recognizable. I realize. But another ring. Okay, don't need that actually. That's a dead end. It's at 3rd, I think. So that's... We're now getting into an area with hopefully more monsters. That's what I programmed at least. M. Where am I? Oh, I know. I know it. Yes, potion. Another ring. What's going on? Okay, now it's daytime. I'm at the fourth stone, the fifth one. Oh, come on. Damn. So that means, well, let's just wait. Well, actually, I'm gonna die. I'm not going to see the end of this run. I'm sure. Because yeah, I see there are more monsters spawning. Oh, Jesus. Oh no. I've moved all my stones in to bad positions. Okay, I survived. And this is a dead end. Great. It's just a route. Just a route. And this is fifth. Okay, halfway, and it's getting dark again. So that means no idea what it means. Not that important. Level up just in time. Great. I have medicine, 5 of it actually. I'm actually pretty good. I'm well equipped. I'm surprised. So might have to take some of that away. Wait, did I destroy the bush? The rock? I guess I was the monster. Oh no, what's happening? Oh no. I think I was fainting because of hunger. Wow, exactly there. That's insanely bad luck. Yeah, why is an archer sleeping there? I've thought about adding a noise system. So if I were to chop any of these bushes down, which does nothing right now, it would wake sleeping enemies up. What is going on? Oh, that was close. Oh no, I woke it up. Okay, 4 health. It's not great. Is it a dead end? Oh no, here. Man, these paths are hard to see sometimes. Not too hard. Pretty fun actually. And I don't recognize any of this. So it feels pretty new to me as well. Because with the boundaries between the tile patches changing. Oh, what is it doing? Gotcha. Oh, come on. It's also gonna cost me a life. A health point, I mean. Okay, that went well. What is that? So which one's the dead end? Don't think that that's the dead end. Oh, I have no health, nothing. I have nothing to eat either. Did I just not collect enough stuff? What's going on? A ring. Okay, so starting to think, oh no. Starting to think that there's something wrong with all these, with the loot tables. Okay, I'm hungry again. I fainted. There's a berry bush. Let's eat that. Is there one over here? Nope. Yeah, where are all the animals actually? Haven't seen, apart from the bear. Bears count as enemies. Thinking the deer and the squirrels, they're just missing actually. I have not just not seen them. Shield. Okay, 2 medicine, that's better than nothing. Yeah, let's take a hit. That'll regenerate till I walk out. Yeah, already did. Medicine. Nothing. I could need a health potion. That's not where I came from, is it? No. Oh. Dude. Oh, it's a camp. Okay, 3. I think that one was fleeing. Okay, that's sad. Nothing. We got nothing from that camp. Food. Food is good. I don't like that that if you're hungry, it immediately faints you. That seems a bit harsh. So I should change that. Yeah, like this. And now I have a couple of turns where I'm stunned. Food. We were here in a previous run, I think. Okay. Definitely we're here. Come on, snake. That hit hard. Okay, 4. And it seems these archers don't have a melee attack. Melee attack. However you pronounce it. They only can shoot with both bows. So if you're standing next to them, they're pretty much defenseless. And that's not by design, but I think it's kind of fun. Wow, this is the actual path? No. Wait, I'm super confused. Let's go the other way. Oh no, this one's fast. Oh yeah. What is down here? I was just going to say. Yeah, it's a dead end. Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's a collapsed path. I thought there was a error in the terrain, but there wasn't. Okay. Maybe I'll just sit on the score thing a bit more. Yeah, it feels a bit rushed. The other thing is secret rooms. I could add those. Actually, that's a good idea. So let's go into the underground, and let's see if the secret rooms still work. that would be here. That's yellow, I think. Oh, that's actually, I like that a lot. That's pretty awesome. I think it's mostly the other way around is not that impressive. It's the black and gray, two colors. It's nice. Yeah, do I make them? Should they do? They should have plates? No. Looks much better this way. Okay. Yeah, let's just give every single one of these a secret room. It doesn't need to be a big one. And I think they should be, okay, that's too conspicuous. They should line up with the other walls. So the player doesn't immediately see that there's something wrong. Well, you pretty much immediately see that there's something going on. Is that bad? I mean, I could try a bit harder. Let's move it over here. That's not that. If you're not thinking about it, could just pass under your radar. Yeah, have to be careful not to give the player not too much loot. Let's do it this way, or else the game will get boring. Oh, this is actually awesome. I like that very much. Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. Let's add more. I think one is enough. Well, depends on the size, of course, of the dungeon. Okay, I certainly can't move these, but I can put boulders here and put the door here. It's actually a puzzle. Officially added the first puzzle. This is actually a... This looks like a game to me. Didn't so half the time. Earlier, but this is actually pretty neat. I mean, it's nothing special, but... well, in these huts it will be pretty obvious. So then let's just make it pretty obvious. And add this here. Okay, another hut. What happens? Is the music still playing, or is that me? If I just turned it low. It's still there. What if I do this and then do this, and then have a little room here? Maybe not the best one, but kind of okay. And then just throw a stone in there. Oh. Oh, I always use the... come on, was it the stone crumbling sound But that's of course not what I want here. Okay, let's just make this a door. That's still more interesting than without, and maybe another door here. Oh, that's demonic. Can't do that to the players. But they should be able to drag this out now here. Get to the goods. That's actually a good haul. Okay, next one. Let's add a door again. Should be enough, yeah. What's this one? In a mountain. Okay, where do I add a secret room? I should add more of these end pieces just to throw them off, and then maybe here again. Can you see that? Yeah, that's pretty obvious. What if I lower this? Then it's completely gone. That's pretty nice. It's completely gone. Nice. I should maybe do this with every second one. So not this one. That one also needs different texture here. Where do I put the hidden room? Maybe here. Yeah, you could actually miss this. If you're not paying attention. Or if you didn't know that there were hidden rooms. Hey Andre, rooms are looking nicer, thanks. I've been working on those last couple of days. And now I'm adding secret rooms. With loot, of course. I did quite a lot of stuff today and yesterday. So the game looks farther along than ever. So that's good. Okay, yeah, I could add a secret room here. That's good, behind the bushes. And like this. What have you been up to, Andre? I think that's easy to miss. Okay. Yeah. So yes, I guess I'll plop this one down. Yeah, still accessible. This one maybe, well, it's fine. Okay, getting ahead of myself. I did this one. Wait. Yeah, let's plop this one down as well. Yes, I might actually need more water. Now that it's better to see, yeah. It's two of them. Okay, here. Let's just add it here. Maybe behind something. This. Yeah, let's add, oops, a wall again, and not like this, and a door to make it more interesting. Same thing here. Where am I? Props. Yeah, this one is too small for a door. This one has a secret room. What did I land here? This one needs one. Okay. This one has one, this one needs one. Actually, what is this? Yeah, this is out of bounds. Out of bounds, but that's not. Okay, wrong direction. Here we are. It's actually pretty nice. A little ledge over here. And with the door and just a chest. I love that. That's actually pretty cool. Imagine finding this by accident. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat moment. Yeah, let's add one back here. Okay, should be enough. Where am I? Okay, there's the, yeah. Let's add doors here. And this one gets a secret room, of course. But where? Maybe let's mirror this one. Maybe. Is that too obvious? Don't think so. But then this has to go. Let's replace it with a movable stone, and then here at the end, let's do this Zelda thing and place these here. Oh, that's awesome. I love how the lines don't break. They just rearrange. That looks really high tech, but it's actually not. It's actually super simple. That's just a coincidence. Okay, this one. This already looks like. Let's see what happens when I do this. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, and then this one. Actually, let's cut a chunk out of this. Don't like that it's so spacious. How did that get gray? Okay. Right here. Oh, that's nice. That's completely invisible. Maybe I should make all of them completely invisible. Well, I'm not placing the ripples. That's bad. Did you went to university? I'm currently writing my graduation thesis. Very tiresome thing to do. Not really, no. Did not go to uni. Yeah. Your graduation thesis. Okay. What's it about? Or is it different from what I think it is? Didn't learn anything here, anything there. Is it your computer science school or what was it exactly? Because a thesis in computer science seems tiring, yeah. Okay, I want the water first. I can just flood this. Oh yeah, thank God. Where else did I mess up? It's also not good. I live in the countryside of my state, so not a lot of unis here. But I got a bachelor's in information systems. Oh, okay. Since it's the countryside, no good professors live here. So I had classes with a bunch of people that had been teaching the same OOP and Java course since the 90s. That's actually funny. Information systems. So that's basically everything. Or what would your job later be? Is it more like infrastructure, or is it really coding? I mean, application coding. Well, that also encompasses everything. But maybe you know what I mean. What kind of a... is it very general, or is it more targeted towards an industry, for example? One specific industry. Oh man, I have to do all of these again. Getting sidetracked. Where was I? Sidetracked with water, I mean. Hey, come on. Give me some sparklers. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I guess no more water. The goal of the course is to teach people how to develop systems they could use in multiple places, like to call learn to program an ERP course. I had a few classes about how companies worked and how I could apply programming to automate some of the hassle of moving information around. Okay. So it's pretty general, I guess. That's good. This one, where's the last secret? This one has a secret. This one stopped here. Okay. Since I just want to graduate ASAP, as I realized there's little to no value there. My thesis will be MariaDB optimization. We'll basically test a sample MariaDB database against multiple operating systems and file systems. Also thinking of testing if compiler flags change performance somehow. Yeah, that's actually pretty useful. To have a benchmark for the operating systems. All my colleagues will do a random AI thing. Yeah, I have no idea how it works with AI. If you can even just write a thesis that's useful, or if it's all the knowledge is held by the large corporations. But yeah, MariaDB, I think isn't it very widely used? Not SQLite widely, but pretty competitive. But me myself, I've never used it. I just had no contact points. Wow. Okay, so I think there should be the secrets should be completely invisible. And it even matches them going out to water matches. Well, if they all go, then that's lame. So I'll have to think about that. I mean, this one's already pretty invisible. What if I do this? Just nothingness around. That reminds me of peers. I would like to have peers. I can do that in the next region. So I'll probably do that. Like just a long stretch of piers over a swamp. Sounds pretty good. No trees in the underground. This also looks great. It looks pretty terrifying, actually. Like a bottomless abyss behind this ledge. That's nice. Okay, this one doesn't have secret. This one has. This one as well. This one has as well. This one. This one. That's out of bounds. This one has a secret. This one has one. Let's move this down as well. Hello. Okay, let's see. Could actually move this down further. Make it even scarier. Not that scary. Why was the other one so scary? Not this one. Strange. Wow, but these secrets are awesome. I wish I could add them to the surface. But I don't think there's a way. I mean, I could add just walls and then have one of them be collapsible. But oh, what I could do is add hidden porches that are not marked or under stones. That's too much. But unmarked ones. Like here, if I remove this and hide a room in here on this layer, that could also be awesome. That's going onto my list. Oh, this feels so much better already. Just knowing that they're there. Of course, you'd have to find one to know. But yeah, whatever. I think I'll make a short later of finding a secret. Yeah. Okay, where do I put this, the hidden room? I mean, I could put one just around the corner. That's too obvious. It's also not fun. Come on, give me sparklers. Okay. Nice. Oh, that's the end. So let's go back. I've never liked this. So let's remove it. where to put the secret. Maybe here. This one is, yeah, in-game. Or you can kind of see it. That's fun. Bam, 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 bam. Let's make this water. Let's put it right here. With urns and a chest, as usual. And some bushes. Okay. It's the entrance here. So maybe continue over here, but there's the other building. Let's put it here. And let's make it, yeah, let's make it a bit more interesting. Let's make it a little path. Over here. With water. And yeah, all these. So I've improved the coloring. I've now a more dynamic range to play with. Don't ask me how. I've just tweaked all the stuff I have, and that means the player can see more of the ground of the water. So before you could see one, maybe two tiles, actually just one, but now you can see farther. This means that in the underground, where lighting is pretty dim, it was enough to have just one tile wide of water around the perimeter. But now, as you can see, it's not enough to be consistent, because you can see the second row. I hope you can't see the third one. No, that'd be crazy. But yeah, you could see sparklers that far, but that's these white particles, water particles. So yeah, I will have to go through all the dungeons again with water, and not like this, but something like this. Go through and make the water border wide enough. Thankfully that's not a huge task, but it's still time consuming. Yeah, but I'll do that another time, not today. Okay, this one has a secret. This one has one. That's the end again. Let's look if I can put doors in here. Yeah, I can actually put 2 doors in here. Let's make it more interesting. Like this. Or like this. I think that's more reasonable than 2 doors. And I'm debating if these doors should have a height of the wall. Where am I? Let me know where I am so I can test it. 7372. Let's make sure I've saved. Okay. That's door. It has a height of, I think that's 0.5. Come on. Let's go to the location. Not sure if I like that. What if I make them a plus symbol? Because I think that's what they are in Rogue. Okay, where's the door? Here it is. Okay, nobody understands that that's a door. Maybe? I mean, it's better than the door symbol. Why is it slightly higher than the wall? I think that's just how I render it, how I render the sprites. Let's look at other doors. That's annoying. Okay. I mean, it looks nice. Definitely better. Don't like that it's not at the same height exactly as the walls. That's definitely better. What's what is it? Some sunset. Actually looks pretty. Okay, now I'm completely lost. What is going on? It looks like it retracts into the ground. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Back to the task at hand. Do I put doors in the temples? I mean, I can. They look nothing like doors. They could be anything. Well, except that they make a wooden sound. But yeah, let's put doors in there as well. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Let's split this up. Let's finish the secrets, which is still a bit of work. Okay, this is off grid. What is this? that could use a wall. Oh, while I'm at it, I could just place doors. Okay, secret. Maybe behind this wall. Okay. Chest. Urns. Water. Done. Next one. Okay, entrance is here. Let's place some doors. I could just do everything in one pass, but I'm already halfway into the other one. Okay, let's put the secret over here. Oops. And this over there. Very good. This one has everything. Except the water. Oh man, that's... Okay, that's fine here. Just this and this. Okay. Let's put the secret inside here. Maybe. Maybe from the other side. It doesn't play well with the edge algorithm. Let's see if this works better. For whatever reason. Nope. Same thing. Then let's do it from the side. Yeah. That's more interesting anyways. Okay, I mean, this is super obvious that there's something in there. So that's not that great. But that's okay. Okay. Here I can add it behind this. Without trees, please. And water. Okay. Did I... Well, there's not really space for doors, so that's, well, one maybe. Here as well. No doors. But I could add one. Okay, I'm making it worse. That's not working. So I also don't like these here. These strange walls. Protruding walls, but yeah, that's fine. What was I thinking of here? I think water. I mean, yeah, that's just one line. That's good. Okay. This one has a secret. This one does as well. This one may need a secret. What are the flowers? The yellow ones. These ones. They are just markers for... They mark this wall as collapsible. So this wall, I can now collapse this wall if there's this marker on it. The white ones are the sparklers for the water. They are emitters for the particles. So they disappear, but then they spawn the particles while being invisible. So each of these has a chance of spawning a particle. That chance is super low, but they spawn them in regular intervals. Yeah, and the yellow one, I'm using the yellow one for secrets right now. Yeah. Yeah, I can add doors here. So yeah, the particle emitters, they are just entities that are invisible. They get updated every frame and all they do is spawn particles. Okay, I would like a door here somewhere, but that's not in the cards here. I'd like to add secret rooms to these huts, but Where would those rooms be? Because it's a one-to-one relationship, so from interior to exterior, but also some of these look a bit rough, but that's okay. Okay, let's go one level down, and we're more into temple territory. I could put up some walls here. So this is this temple. Maybe not. It's pretty crowded already. But yeah, why not? And here maybe as well. Actually, let's make the doors take on the color of the ground. Let me note the position again. Or else I'm completely lost. And that's an object. And I know that... What changes color? Oh yeah, bodies, spikes, and the doors. Now. Sorry. That is 1149394. Okay, right here. So if I jump in the game, these doors are now stone color. Okay. But not in the editor. Because that would be... would it be possible? Doesn't matter. Yeah, but the editor renders differently than the game. That's the thing. Okay, this is a convenient wall where I can place a secret behind. That you can absolutely see from the side. That's not the idea. So you can kind of see it from here, that's fine. Okay. Okay, no doors here, no nothing. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Don't like this wall. Maybe this better. Also bad. This is a bad secret. Let's actually move this. Let's move this to over here. And let's use water. Okay, yeah, that's much better. 10 times better. No doors here. Should I do this one? Yeah. Okay, entrance is there. Secret. Put it here. Let's put it here. Okay, and loot. Loot. And there can actually be a door here. Yeah, these are 3 different buildings. I remember this. And I could make a secret passage between them. That would be fun. That would actually be fun. Okay. Add water. Add destructible walls. And add loot. Awesome. Doors? No. Okay, next one. Where is this one's secret? Doesn't have one. Well, this one has it in the middle. Might actually change this one. Yeah, let's change this. That was not good enough. Let's move it behind the entrance. Sounds good. Oh, come on. that. Can you see? Oh, we can barely see it. That's perfect. Chest, urns, and then collapsible wall. Just packing it full of everything. Yeah, I should maybe see the extent of it. And then water. All right. So now this one. Can I put doors in here? Yes. Door, 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 and door. And well, let's not overdo it. Okay, this one's the wrong color. The water is not wide enough. Okay, now where to put the secret? I don't like this wall at all. Let's yeah, remove that one. And this one as well. Saw a meme about Germans and their high consumption of cold cuts. Is it true? I mean, it's a breakfast staple. So probably. But I'd say Europe is generally pretty high in consumption with cold cuts. If I'm guessing correctly what cold cuts mean, let me look it up. Oh yes. That's what I thought. But me, not so much. I'd rather have jam and butter, for example, for breakfast. On a bread, of course. On a bread roll. Where do I put the... It's not easy. But I think I have less of them up top. So let's just do that. Before I get decision paralysis. Water. Oops. Not like this. Okay. And then this wall leads to this and this. That's it. This one has a secret. Did that. I did that just before. Another door. Door, 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 door. And this door can go here. Do I put another wall in here? Probably not. Okay, secrets. There's one going right here. And that is for this wall. And yep. And then another one here. Another one here. I could actually make these look better. Could make an effort, I mean. Okay. So that's a lot of stuff. This one has just a chest. Nice. Oh, do I give this one? Why not? And this is actually enough. Don't need to surround it. Just need to suggest. So more vases or urns and a chest. Actually liked the bush right there, so okay. Oh, I already tested it here. Could put a wall in here. And a door. And then that's it. That's it here. Yeah. Okay, that was a big one. This one is clear. Here. New secret. I mean, they become pretty predictable. But that's fine, I guess. If you don't know that there are secrets everywhere, you might not be inclined to search every single wall, which is of course bad. But these are fixed secrets, so if you recognize the place, you will find the secrets again that you've already found. So that's pretty... I mean, it's nice, and it could be it could exhaust the game faster, but yeah. Okay, let's put one over here. Yep. Okay, doors. One door here, one door here, one door here, one here, here, one here. Maybe... I mean, that's an awful lot, but let's remove this one and move this wall down. And then this one goes as well. I could make a rule that I can only place doors where there are walls, single walls. That could be helpful, maybe. Okay, let's place a secret. I'm sure I've placed one that you can't get to because it's behind rocks. I bet that happened. But yeah, I'll find that eventually. Chest. Two of these. Let's fix the water. Yeah, that one's new. One door. And maybe let's close this one as well. Um, don't like that particularly. Maybe something like this. No idea. But yeah, secret could go. Could go here maybe. And then with water. Okay. That one is done. That one is done. Do I have these? Nope. Why didn't I add a secret here? Let's just connect these two rooms and add a bit of stuff. Okay, and here maybe just a chest and some water. Okay. Oh, there's a tree. That's of course underground, a bit strange. Okay, more doors for this one. Yeah, two are enough maybe. And then a secret room. I mean, yeah, I can make these more special in the future. But right now it's it's having secrets or having no secrets. That's the important part right now. That's the question right now. Okay, tiny little secret here. And I also need secrets for underground. I mean, this is underground, but layer 2. So what I call it is where the dungeons are, which are not really dungeons right now, but just a bit larger than this one. And they of course also need secret rooms. Okay, do I add it there? Yeah, let's just... Oh, that's scary as well. Nice. Chest. That's enough. And yeah, I've found that having these clean lines is actually detrimental a bit. And breaking them up helps a lot with making it feel more real, like this. Great, so there's... Of course there's a trap directly where I put the thing. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I just thought. Would have been typical. Yeah, and also I have almost no boulders here. Only rocks, so that's not ideal. Okay. Let's see. We are almost at the bottom. That means this layer is almost done. Oh, come on. Where do I put the secret? This is the entrance. Then, yeah, probably over here. And that is going to be water. Yeah. Oh, there's a door in here. Did I give the other one doors? Didn't need any, okay. This one had... Wait, where was I? Here. So this is a super weird shape for a temple. But okay. And this is a super straight shape. But okay. And here. So where do I put the secret? Maybe I would put it here. Probably. Sorry. Probably here. Okay. Then move this here. Mark this wall and place the usual. Okay. One room huts. I can put the door there, and yeah, these are the wrong color. Okay. Let's put the, here's the entrance. Then let's put the secret behind this thing. Let's make it water. Oh, actually, I like that. So, chest and an urn and a marker on the wall. So let's put a bush in front to totally hide it, and that should be it. Yeah, I'm tempted to break up the lines. But okay. This one needs a secret as well. Yeah. Actually, I can't decide. Yeah, that's fine. But this is a pretty boring dungeon. Let's make it at least a bit more exciting. By adding this door here. Oh my god, that looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. Maybe like this. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Next one. So this is a dead end, but I to play into it should probably. I don't like this shape at all. But okay. I mean, yeah, it works. It's not broken or anything. So let's add our secret room, our secret ledge. And let's just use water. Come on. Okay. Chest. Oh, come on. Lost my chest. There it is. Maybe drop this one and then mark the wall. Okay. I have this one, I have this one. So this one is next. And it has a horrible shape. Okay, that's better. Kind of. Okay, doors. And then the secret. So there's an entrance here and there. But let's put the secret in a little behind that little room. Okay. This wall And then a chest and some other loot. I mean, you can't even really see what's going on down there. So let's move this over here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll continue off stream just so I can take a short break. But that's the plan for the rest of the day. For me, is adding the secrets. And what else was it? Hidden portals overground would be awesome as well. And yeah, that's it. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Thanks, Andre, for checking in. And I will see you. Well, I'm debating if I will take a day off. But I'm not sure. I'll be back tomorrow, probably in the evening. But yeah, maybe earlier. So yeah, thanks for checking in and thanks for watching. And I'll see you